Very, very nice. All right, so there we have it there. And you also get a little Chanel bag. Like I say, if you want to wrap the bag, you have the little tape there, and you have the bag you have to put it inside. Here you have the original receipt, China. That's what the receipt that you would get it. Alright, but you have the bag model, the price there. Alright, let's open this. Alright, that is, so the price that you see here, 32,800, is the amount in Chinese money. Okay, there. So everything looks neat. All right, so this came in the bag with the bag. Now the best part, let's open her up. Okay, so I just picked like a 2 little piece of the thing because I was curious to see what the leather looked like, but now is the first time I'm seeing the whole thing off the box also with you guys. And it's pretty. It's pretty. And this one have the silver hardware, but that's what the bag look like. The leather looks really, really good, really nice. I don't know if this bag is supposed to have foot, but I don't think so. Okay, so here you have the little, is the tag on the bag. So the bag is all wrapped. The hardware looks heavy, you know, doesn't look like thin, looks very heavy, like a good material. All right, and you have the first zip here. Okay, let's open this, see. All right, that's just for the core. And now let's see the bag inside. So that's what comes inside. So I'm going to take this stuff in the bag so I can show you guys. Right, so in the bag you get these other little cards here. So come with this little envelope, and here you have the authentication card for the bag. Okay, and here you have like a little manual that tells you, I don't know if how to care for your bag or whatever. Oh my god, this is so pretty. So they sent me this. They sent me this little necklace here. This is the charm. This was in the bag. It was like a little extra gift. Very pretty, very nice. So they probably sell jewelry also on the website. This is so cute. This is a boogery necklace. Very nice. Thank you so much. Alright, so you have some little moisture pack there, but the bag is very beautiful. You know, these definitely look like genuine leather, and even smell like genuine leather. So alright, all the hardware looks very nice. So now let's take off the plastic from the chain. So that's what the bag look like without all the plastic. And you can use the bag like this under your arm, or you can use her like this on the side. Very pretty, very pretty. Looks really good. And this is what she look like under the arm. Very nice. And the company who makes them, let me tell you guys who they are. The Chanel Classic Flap Bag. I'm gonna have in the description of this video so you guys know who they are, where they are. But the bag is gorgeous, I'm gonna lie. I would wear it.
Now, if you compare this to the white bag, the gold, I don't know if it's gold plated, but it definitely has a paler, almost like a rose gold look to it. So it's definitely not plated in 24 karat gold. It also feels quite light and a bit cheap feeling. There is no marking on the CC lock, and if you look at the edges, it's actually rounded on the hardware. And if we take a look inside, there is no strap hook. In fact, unlike on all cheap bags, this chain, if we look closely, eventually over use it would prise open and it would fall off. And another thing, because this is a leather tab here, if you overstuff the bag, over time this will snap and break, because this is just basically not strong enough to hold the weight of the bag. Okay, now if you compare the straps, on the authentic version, the lambskin is tri-folded down by hand and inserted, and this is takes a lot of skill. I mean, if you've ever folded leather, it's really difficult. The replica version has done sort of replicated this in a cheap way by they've done a top stitch on the leather and then inserted it through the interwoven chain. I should also mention at this point, a very notable thing is there is also top stitching along the front flap of the bag. On the authentic version there is no top stitching. Finally, let's take a look inside the bag. I don't think you need to be a Chanel novice to see how poorly presented this bag is. Considering this was sold to me as new and unused, if you look underneath, there's a huge ugly glue mark. The Chanel hot stamping is on the pocket, and this one is should be underneath the embroidered CC, with Chanel on one side and the made in origin on the opposite side. But the biggest giveaway for me was the serial sticker. Serial stickers of this style bag does not appear on a separate leather tab like this. And usually it's found in the bottom left hand corner. Also, this is the incorrect style number for this style of bag. According to this style of bag, it's a 10 prefix with an 8 digit. This dates it back to 2005 and 2006, which I know that this style of model of bag was not available then. Now, if we compare this to the real version, we'll open it up. The lining sits flat and sits flushed as well. The Chanel hot stamping is just under the CC embroidered logo, with Chanel one side and the made in on the opposite side. And the serial sticker is clearly visible on the bottom left hand corner. Now this bag, the serial sticker begins with the 0 prefix with the 7 digits, which I can confirm this is correct, as the lady who previously owned this bag, she told me she bought it back in 1988. And I think the 7-inch classic of this particular style was around from 1988 to 1998. So it was around for 10 years, and to my knowledge, I know it's currently discontinued, so it's not even available now. A good way to check is to visit Chanel's own website and checking their icons range to see all the current models and all the sizes. So just to recap, the top 5 things to look out for is: number 1, the quality of the leather. Does it feel like leather? Number 2, the stitch count. Classic flat bags have a high stitch count. In a 1-inch measurement, there should be 10 stitches or more. 3, you should look at the hardware, look at the quality. Is it gold plated? Does it feel weighty and cold to the touch? 4, look at the straps. On the classic flat bags, the lambskin is tri-folded and interwoven into the chain, no top stitching. And 5, look at the serial number. Is the position correct? Does the number correspond to the style and year it was made? I hope you've enjoyed this video. We would love to hear your feedback and video suggestions. I'm Winnie from Vintage Heirloom, and thank you for watching.
bought in Japan probably back in 2019. So back then the pricing wasn't as bad compared to now, and this one on my right side is actually the replica. So yeah, I will be doing a lot of close-up for you guys as well, so you guys can see all the details of this bag side by side, close up everything. Like I have all the details while I talk to you guys. I will put in all those snapshots as well. The first reaction for me when I got the replica one is that I can definitely see straight away how shiny this bag is. Can you see the shine on this bag compared to my one? Look, if I go like this, you guys can see, but this is way more shinier. With my real one, I feel like because this is the grain calf skin, the way people explain is that with this one, they have really smoothed it out as if like it has been like sandpaper, you know? But compared to the replica one, I feel like you can still see those little bumps of the grained neatness of the texture, and it didn't really look like it's like smooth out. But apparently with the real one, the longer you use it, the more like matte looking it looks. And honestly, I rarely use this bag. Like I've only probably taken this out probably twice, so I hardly use it, and the material for this is still like as new condition. Shouldn't put my makeup on this, like honestly I'm so precious with this baby right here. But yeah, that was my first reaction. But other than that, everything else, like straight away the gold hardware of this looks exactly the same. My one currently has a protector, hence why it doesn't look as shiny as the replica one. But I'll show you guys like a side by side. For the strap wise, they both have the same length when I put them like this, which is great. And if I have to compare the chain of these two, it's probably identical. I can't really tell the differences in terms of the shininess, in terms of the texture, in terms of the color, in terms of the weight. They both feel really identical. For the lock, this is the real one. It is easy to open and easy to close back. I meant the interlocking. And for this one, it's the same. It's a little bit hard. Maybe it will loosen up a little. The back pocket, I have noticed that the replica one looks a little bit bigger than the real one. For the side, I would say the side is probably the same, which is great for both sides of the bag. Front wise, the replica one does look a little bit taller in terms of the height, as you can see, and it does look a little bit more boxy. However, the diamond has the exact same amount as the real one. When you do open it up, I have noticed something straight away. But before we go on to that, I'll just show you the zipper. This is the real zipper, and for the replica is probably the same. However, the little leather on the side of that zip does look a little bit thinner on the replica one compared to the real one. Now this one is so hard to like hold like side by side back, but I have to say the logo of the lining for the replica one, for the CC, is way bigger than the real one. This is probably the only boo-boo I've noticed for the inside. But other than that, the burgundy lining is probably the identical color, which is great. Lining on the inside looks great. They look really the same. For my real one, I did get like a Samoga organizer to also keep the shape as well, and also to protect the lining because I do not want to scratch my baby up. My husband and I actually had a look at this bag together, and the way he said this replica one is actually a really good bead bag, but he even said that this is actually a really decent high-end replica compared to my real one. And it's actually really great to see the differences side by side, because you know, like, then you can see whether like this is actually legit or not. I will put down the website where I actually got this from, and for the pricing for the replica, I think it was about $300 to $400 USD.